right, y'all. Today is not your regular episode. This is a full-blown moment. We are in the presence of literary greatness, okay? 9 years of blood, sweat, probably even some tears, late-night phone calls, but this debut novel is going to be everything. It's keep it cute. When all else fails, we have our girls. This book had me laughing, side-eyeing some folks, texting my friends, figuring out who is Jace, which one of us is going to be Jace. It gave us heartbreak, it gave us healing, it gave us hot mess in the best possible way. And it's that kind of story that you read and you immediately figure out, like, where's the cast of the movie, basically. Seth, please help me and welcome Miss Brilliant, Hilarious Yasmeen to the show.
How are you? Thank you so much for having me. That was quite the introduction.
We need those. And it was definitely well given. Well given. So first off, how you feeling? What's been going on? Talk to us.
I feel really good. I'm in a good space. This being my first book is a little nerve-wracking, and I'm more like a laid-back person, so having to put myself out there is a little scary, but people have been really kind and really supportive, and so I'm always gracious for that, and I just take it day by day. But today is a really great day, and I'm happy that I get to share that energy with you.
I appreciate it. I mean, we talking about 9 years of a whole relationship. This is basically like your baby.
For sure.
So I am so happy to have this conversation about your book, to share it with the world. And I just feel like you being this official author, like certified, can you kind of tell us how surreal does that feel for you?
Man, like, it is crazy because I intentionally became an author. When I started writing this, I had no intentions of putting it out. It was just escapism, and this book, in all transparency, I wrote it because I was sad. I was sad in life. I just wasn't in a great space, just mentally, emotionally. I had just turned 30, and 30 is like some huge deal, and like you expect when you turn 30 your whole life to be something completely different. And I was like, what is going on? And so I was so over life that I was like, I just want to escape. So one day, literally sitting on my couch on a Saturday, I had just finished crying, and I was just like, I'm just gonna write a story, just to make myself feel better. And I just literally created Jace, Tiana, and Lauren Giselle. And so just literally, I didn't have any plans to put it out. So when, 9 years later, I just went back to it, and I didn't expect the reception I've been getting. I was super nervous because I refer to them as my girls. Like I mean, even in an interview, I'd be like, oh, my girls, because they literally became like my best friends in my head. And so when you put something out into the world, it's open to, critique or people's interpretation. Luckily, I haven't really gotten any negative feedback. Maybe one person was a little critical. But other than that, everybody's just like, this is really good work. Like, and it's a thick book. Like, it's not but
it's so relatable. And I feel like I went through it so quickly. It was just like having a conversation with your girls. Like, this is just your moment. Like, I just feel like it was just a cool vibe through beginning to end.
Thank you. That's definitely like I said, it wasn't like I intentionally was like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to that. Like, this book was really just freestyled. And it was based off of like just my own experiences, my friends' experiences, just things that we see just as women, some things that, we've gone through, even if it's not you specifically. I just feel like with these girls, a Jace, or you may be a Lauren, or you like, oh, I know a Tiana. So it's just I don't know. I think the reason why people connect to it so well is because it's really raw, and these women are very like humanized, and they're not perfect. And so sometimes you read it and you're like cringing, like, girl, but then it kind of makes you question yourself, like, okay, I'm not going to judge them so harshly because I've been in these situations, or my homegirl's been in these situations, or how many times we done been on the phone with our girlfriend and she crying about the same dude or whatever, you know?
It definitely was relatable. And I just like, I didn't feel like a distance or even a slow moment in the whole book.
Thank you.
And like I said, your book is thick, but it didn't feel like, other than you were carrying it, it didn't feel like it was a thick book.
She's like, other than the physical weight.
Like, other than the weight, it was perfectly fine. And I definitely was like, did any of your exes read this and think like, wait, is that me?
Communicate with any of my exes. So I don't know. You know, if they read it or not. I mean, they blocked on everything. So unless they gonna write me a letter and put it in the mail, I don't know.
Okay. Now, one thing I definitely love about this book, of course, because I'm from Atlanta too, right?
Yeah.
So you got a lot of Atlanta flavor in this book. Okay. Should we assume that you kind of know what's happening at Waffle House at 3:00 in the morning?
For sure. And I'm not even a Waffle House girly, but literally the only time I can eat Waffle House is 3:00 in the morning when you've been drinking. Like, I can't eat Waffle House like on a regular Tuesday. But yeah, 3 a.m. is definitely Waffle House.
Because the places that you mentioned, like, it just felt too real. Like, it just felt like this is your homegirl and you just having just a regular day, okay? Sure. I'm talking about when you speaking at Fogo, or we going to the sushi place in Dunwoody, or we going right down the street. It's just so relatable. It's just like stuff that we just do on a regular basis. And the fact that you just bring light to it, I just love it. I truly love it. And I'm not just hyping this up. I'm really like, I really do like this book.
I really, truly, like, I appreciate that, like, truly, like, more than, like, you ever know, because you really don't know. You know, I didn't really have any expectations when I put it out, but just when what I constantly get, the feedback I get, they said it reads like, number one, like a script. Like, they're like, I could see this as like a series on TV, or they say you feel like you're reading like your real group chat, you know? And so I'm like, I think that's the feel that I wanted to get, just like you and your homegirls and stuff that happen when you got some solid homegirls, you know?
And it is like, to me, even the ad-libs, like, that's just what made the book, okay? Lauren is my favorite character. Let's just put that out there, all right? And the stuff that homegirl was saying throughout, let's do a few. Let's do a few. Before we get back into the show, let's take a brief moment to shout out today's sponsor, OCO Bay Publishing. Now, if you're a reader who wants more than the same recycled stories, this app is about to be your new best friend. Now, whether you're Team Android or you're Team Apple, OCO Bay is right there in your pocket, ready to keep you hooked. Now, you can listen to bold, new generational authors on the go, perfect for commutes, workouts, or just zoning out. With a simple click, you can take a character you love from ebook to bookstores, grabbing a physical copy without even missing a beat. And if you're looking for connection, OCO Bay opens up an online community of readers and writers from around the world, all sharing fresh, fearless stories that break out of the usual mode. Getting started cannot be easier. All you got to do is head over to the Google Play Store or to the Apple App Store, search OCO Bay Publishing, hit download, and dive right in. So if you're ready to make your next favorite read as easy to find as your next playlist, then check out OCO Bay Publishing today. And with that, let's get back into the show.
I was about to be ignorant. I already know about
when she was talking about Deshaun and how she was dating Randall at first, right? And then she says, the New York Yankees pitcher. Yeah, I know that he was married and his wife found out, and we had to end things after a year of getting down. The nerve of his wife to up a good thing. I'm hollering. Now, Jace over here definitely had her ad-libs too that we're going to add in. When Jace said, talking about Tiana, and said, now you know you a real low life when you bring Granny into the mix. Because she over there lying. Talking about she was with them.
Girl,
and she wasn't.
Was a menace. Tiana was a menace.
So she said, you know you a real low life if you didn't bring Granny into the mix. You lying on Grandma?
You know you raggedy when you bring your grandma in. You know you ain't.
But you even gave like great Black culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the ones that you did, when you was talking about Tiana, trying to give the description of how she had met Madison, and she said that she resembles Boo Boo Kitty. Said, oh, okay, yeah, Boo Boo Kitty is the woman off of Empire. We'll probably put a clip in somewhere around here. But the way she described Madison, I was like, see, you got the Black culture. It's like, it's just natural. It's just cool.
Yeah, I mean, because sometimes people are like, oh, I'm not writing a Black book. I'm writing an everybody book. I specifically wrote Black women because I'm a Black woman, and that's what I filter the world through. And just as Black women, like, it's certain things. We can give each other a look and we already know what time it is. We talk with our hands. We make sound effects. That's what makes them real, because sometimes you just look at your girl and like, you just be like, and she already know. And even like when I came up with the title of Keep It Cute, which was, it took me a minute to come up with that. But when I landed on it, I was like, this is perfect because it's used in so many different ways. Like, keep it cute, be like, all right, keep it cute. Or if somebody trying, you be like, all right, keep it cute. You know what I mean? So just the different variances. So it's like, I don't know. I could just be myself. And these are my homegirls. These how me and my homegirls hang out. This is how we talk to each other. So,
and it definitely was relatable, like I said, and it gave us like the heartbreak. It gave us champagne. It gave us the group chats and the girl code. It gave us all of that stuff. But like, what was like the most fun chapter to write, or which one kind of like drug you through the emotional hell?
Okay, so this is gonna sound cliche, but my favorite chapter was the first chapter because that's what got me started. And I think that's what set the tone. Like, right off top, you are introduced to Jace. And you know, like, even the chapter is called Heartbreak Hotel. So right off top, you know that she's going through something. But even within that space, you see her humor, where it's just like she's dealing with these heavy emotions, but she's also like, I don't want to deal with these bad kids today. Or, I'm going to watch the news. And by the news, I mean the shade room. And just right off top, I introduced the group chat with just the girls. So it's like you kind of automatically get to know who everyone is. And I feel like, for me personally, I feel like the first chapter kind of set the tone for me to like really dig into the story. The chapter that kind of had highs and lows is chapter 7, You Got Me F***ed Up. And that's when Tiana and, Keisha finds out about Madison and,
it just pop off. It's so much pressure for real that happens on the first chapter, right?
Yes.
Because so many people is going, like you said, it sets the tone.
Yes.
Either I'm going to like it, or I ain't going to like it. And it's going to tell me if I'm going to continue on, or what kind of attitude or what kind of mindset I'm going to have throughout the whole entire book. But when I tell you it popped off from the jump, I said, oh yeah, this it. This it right here. This it. I already do. I have the most notations from the front.
There's no necessarily main character because they all have their own perspective. They all have their own POV. And I wanted to really take my time and carve out like their actual introductions. Like in the first chapter, like I introduced Jace and I introduced the group chat. But then within that, I branch off to like Tiana being at work, and you kind of get her personality. Like, how are you a psychiatrist and you like rude as kind of? And then like you introduce Lauren, and like you said, as soon as you meet Lauren, she's like, oh, I just posted this picture. Deshaun texted me. I used to for Randall. girl, how dare his wife come over here, not what we got going on. So it's like right off top, as soon as you meet these characters, you kind of know exactly what type of time they are. What type of time they are.
Because I really thought that, like, Jace was going to be the main character. You know, like, I thought she was going to be... Because she had the most going on. I ain't going to hold you.
She did.
All of them had their own situations. But as far as juggling and keeping stuff together, she had the most going on.
She was a mess. She didn't need to be dating. Jace did not need to be dating. Like, she did not. And Jace is super awkward. I mean, like, Jace awkward. She don't know what she's doing. She's trying to juggle this. And it's like, she has a lot of, like, her self-monologues are what's funny. Because she's awkward and, like, the shit she be saying to herself. And she's just like, oh, here we go with the bullshit or whatever. So, yeah.
she had all the men. We had Chris, we had Cameron, we had Jordan, and then Shane. and then Tiana. She had a lot going on.
Tiana, everybody like read the book. The first thing my friends would message me, they'd be like, Tiana need high. Like literally right off top, they'd be like, Tiana need high. But I'm like, just keep reading. Just keep reading. Just keep reading.
You do. All of them need a little something.
They all need to be in therapy. They all need to sit there and somebody couch.
Because they all play off of each other. They're a group. They need a group session.
For sure.
Okay, so let's get to the spicy scenes.
Okay.
I felt like the lesbian scenes, of course, was the hottest ones of them all, right? They was all steamy, right? Especially the one close to the end with I won't say what all they did, but I'm just saying Jace and Shane.
Yeah.
That one was hot for me. Yeah. I like that one. But the lesbian scenes was the ones that was popping off the best, okay? So, come on now, tell me, you acting off of research, or is this pretty much like a personal expertise? What's up?
A little bit of both. I am a very sexual person. I like literally, it's so funny because like on my kitchen table, like I literally have like sex books like on my kitchen table, like literally it's like Sex and Spirituality. It's another one called The Art of Tantric Sex. Like I don't know, because I feel like a lot of times, like as women, like you get like a lot of shame when exploring your sexuality. So like I wanted these women to be like, they grown, they getting it popping, but they're also professional women. They also have their own things going on. So I just wrote, you know, what I like to do or what I like done to me or some shit I done seen. Now, in your imagination get to acting a fool. So I just was like, but I had to give my mom a disclaimer. I was like, listen.
You know, that was one of my questions. Like, which one of these scenes that you wrote that you thought that your mama was like, you better not read that.
These people are grown.
And I'm telling you, it's like, to me, it was so, still another part. I keep saying that over and over and over. It's like very repetitive. That it was so relatable. But it was like, to me, you know how some people, they'll write smut? And you can tell that it ain't.
Yeah.
Yours, I'm Zane level. You know what I'm saying? Are you following me? Like Zane level.
Listen, I scale back a lot. Like me and my editor, like when I first met my editor or whatever, like I had told him, I was like, listen, you know, this is what's going on in my book. And so when he would like, you know, email me notes, whatever, he's just like, okay, in this chapter you said like slapping booty cheeks and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm embarrassed, like, girl. And so literally like the first, like when I was done, I went back and I read it and I was started like cringing a little bit, like, oh my God, I can't have. So I like scaled back a lot from what it was before. Cause before you would have been like, girl, this is giving
Frank, I'm telling you, it was like elegant the way you wrote it, because it touched on them key points to the point where we, you know, you could win out pretty much with this one, right? But the way you wrote it was very elegant, and it still was like, it could be like still put into a commercial.
Oh, Okay, good.
Am I making sense?
Thank you.
Yeah, like it's elegant, but it's still smutty. We like the smut, but it was like very classy. You got it. You got it. Let's go off the cover.
Okay.
For a brief second.
Okay.
And at first I had to decipher which one was who.
Okay.
Right? So I'm thinking Lauren is the one furthest to the left. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go with Tiana on the far right. Yeah. And Jace in the middle?
Jace is in the middle.
I did good. I did good. I did good. Because I like how you did it. That was another thing. Anytime that I was reading the book, like when I was out in public and stuff, people were asking, beautiful cover.
Thank you.
Beautiful cover.
Thank you.
And I like the feel of it as well, because you really put like some time and some work into it. Normal people will go with like the glossy look. You did like the matted type look. It was different.
I feel like and one thing I was also very intentional with is I wanted my girls to be very melanated. You know what I mean? I didn't want, because even with like Lauren being like Afro-Dominican, like she still looks very much like a Black woman. And I just feel like with their skin tone, I just felt like matte just really like intensified it as opposed to glossy, because I feel like it kind of takes away from that. So yeah, I was just very intentional about that part.
Yeah, I think you did an awesome job with the cover art, because like they was acting like this was my book. It was like, it was just so many compliments, that I just got, just from the book. Because of course, we always supporting our Black people.
Yeah, for sure.
When they saw it, they was like, I've never seen a matte book. And it's just so perfect.
Girl, and let me tell you, girl, it took a whole lot to get this cover to do what it was doing. Because
what you mean?
First of all, the girls, they look like real people. Because, sometimes AI be trying to get it. You can see something, you like, whatever. So when I started coming up with these girls, girl, I was trying all different types of, like, AI formats. And it was just not giving it. And, like, AI was trying to be like, girl, they fingers be octopus hands. At one point in time, in like a white woman that they just tanned really dark. And so literally it took me like 2 weeks, and I had to type in like specifically like how I wanted their edges laid, how I wanted their brows, how I wanted their lashes. Like I literally had to be very specific. And then after forever, when this came out like this, I was like, these are my girls, because they look exactly how I envisioned them in my head. So like, I was just like, this is it. And then I just came up with, the font and everything. I was just like, and when I first got it in hand, girl, I like bawled. I was like, I can't believe I did this, so thank you.
And that's what we love the most, right? When you put in all your sweat and your tears and you did this, you ain't got to rely on nobody. Even if you wanted to change that cover, you could do that.
Yeah.
You ain't got to pay nobody else to do it. You could do
I
that.
did it. Right. Thank you.
And that's very commendable.
Thank you.
Okay, so is there a soundtrack coming with this book soon? Like, what was like the opening track when you was writing this, or maybe one of the daughter's freaky scenes? Because I got a song for you already.
Well, that's another thing. And also, like, in the book, I highlighted a lot of music. Like, music was around them a lot. Even, like, they would say, like, what they were playing, what they were driving to, whatever. Because music is very important to people. A song that would have to be on the soundtrack is I Like It Like That by Cardi. Because right off the bat, first chapter, the first thing when Jace's alarm is going off, it's singing Cardi B, I Like It Like That. So that would be number one. For some of the sex scenes, it's this song called Nirvana by Sam Smith. And I actually write it in one of the sex scenes, like he plays Nirvana by Sam Smith. Come on. T-shirt and Panties by Adina Howard would play a lot.
You got a lot of Janae Aiko in this one too.
I love Janae. I love Janae Aiko. And I think because during the time when I was writing this book, I was listening to a lot of her music, because her music is so healing to me. So like, yeah, I love Janae. Yeah, it was like T-shirt and Panties, Nirvana, by Sam Smith. It's a song called Sex Is On My Mind by like Blue Light. It was on the Set It Off soundtrack. So just a whole bunch of nasty songs.
Let me tell you what song I was thinking. Even though you definitely had your soundtrack in there, I just was wondering if you was gonna put one on Spotify for us or something that we can have.
That might be good. I think I might do that.
Mm-hmm. I think you should.
Girl, like, y'all not about to get pregnant on me.
we need music. We love music. You love music. We might as well just put it on all together. But I was thinking more like Marcus Houston and Naked through a lot of the songs through Tiana. Like the first time she met Madison.
Oh.
And they actually did something. Like it was built up from the first start.
Yes, it was.
But when they finally got the chance, because it took them a little minute to get to that
point. They did. Tiana was trying to fight that. Tiana was trying to fight that.
She was trying to do right. She was trying to do right. But when it finally got to that part, I was thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be some real nasty stuff. But yeah, Madison did her thing and just said, bye-bye.
Girl, Tiana was just doing too much. She was just doing too much.
She was. She was. So we did a few little spoilers and don't want to do too much on it. Yeah. Is there anything that you want like your audience to take away from this book?
Yeah, for sure. One thing that I really want people to take away is sometimes your girlfriends are your soulmates. Sometimes like, you know, we think like our soulmate is like, you know, some guy or somebody or, you know, some girl or somebody romantic. But sometimes when like push comes to shove, when worse come to worse, when you look in a mess, when you when whatever, like your girls are there. And these group of girls, like they weren't enablers. Like they weren't just like, oh yeah, girl, you're right. Like they was checking each other like, girl, you know, they had like little arguments, whatever. But when it really, really mattered, they were there. And I think also something that I want people to take away is just like, healing is messy, but it's beautiful on the other side and you come out better on the other side. And when you have a solid support system, healing doesn't seem so scary. Thank you.
I love that. I think you did real good. I appreciate this interview. If you aren't already obsessed with this book, keep it cute. When all else fails, we have our girls. Thank you. If you are not already obsessed with this book and the brilliant mind that's behind it, you are now. We laughed. We got a chance to dissect through the drama. We sipped some tea and we kept it cute the whole way through. To my guest, Ms. T. Yasmeen, thank you so much for pulling up and pouring your whole heart into this story. This debut feels like a love letter to us Black womanhood and to our friendships and to bringing ourselves into the middle of life's beautiful mess. But to everyone listening, go get you a copy of Keep It Cute When All Else Fails. We have our girls. Go ahead and read it, dissect it, scream at the characters, text your group chat, cry, laugh, all of it. Support it.
Thank you.
Support this author because she did her thing. 9 years in the making. I
appreciate that. And if you guys could just follow me on social media, it's t.yasmeen, YASMEEN 86. My book is available at my TikTok shop. It's on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, and it's also in this Black indie bookstore called Grassroots. You can order it on there, or you can just send me a message and I can get it out to you also. But yeah, just support me. I'm actually working on the follow-up to Keep It Cute, part 2. Yeah, I'm working on just the first rough draft, but I'm hoping to release it probably spring 2026. So be on the lookout.
That's amazing. That is amazing. All right, y'all. Well, until next time, keep it cute and keep it real and always keep your girls close. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Bye, y'all.
Later. Bye.